Aloha and mahalo to all of our listeners out there, or foolish mortals. This is Emily.
Clayton.
You never know what I'm going to say.
Your ghost host, I think, this week. I don't know. And today we're going to get you super pumped. We're going to get you so pumped about Aulani. You're going to want to book your own trip there.
Today, it's all about the reasons why you should hopefully plan to try and visit this amazing place one day.
Okay, well, why don't we get into it?
It's time to make it magical.
Like we said at the top of the show, today's all about getting you two-finger point on. I don't know. I've completely now, whenever I point,
Two-finger point.
It's always two-finger point. I used to be normal, but now not so much. But in any case, today's all about you getting super jazzed about going to Aulani, as if the last 4 episodes that we've done haven't already done that.
Aulani deserves it.
So we're going to kind of summarize all of our thoughts of Aulani today in this episode and really, really try to sell you on going. And of course, there'd be no better way to go to Aulani than to book with your Disney centric travel agent, one of which is sitting to my right.
That's right. If you're interested in planning your next Disney vacation, you can always reach out to me via email. That would be through emily@njftravel.com. You can always find me there. Or on Instagram, you can go follow me and send me a DM at makeitmagical_travel. And the best part is, it does not cost you a dime to plan and book a Disney trip with me. Pretty much the way I like to go about helping you plan, I will get involved in whatever way you would like me to. I can be as hands-on as you like, as laid back as you would like as well. But my main goal is to take the stress out of trip planning for you. I like to deal with all of the non-fun parts that come with planning a Disney vacation and let you focus on the actual great part of enjoying your vacation. So let me know. I'm always available, and reach out if you'd like my help.
Now we got Nat disclaimer out of the way. Mousekeeping, we have some exciting new news. We have a new Patreon member.
We do.
Space Ranger tier. Your Galaxy gun, what do we call him? What do we give him?
Space Blaster?
Space Blaster? I don't know. Your Space Blaster will be available to you
He's our
shortly.
galactic hero in this episode.
But this is none other than, ready? 1, 2, 3, Steven!
Thanks so much, Steven. I got really excited when I got the notification that he joined.
I hope he now knows that whenever we say his name, that it's in that one way. Like, ready? 3, 2, 1. Steven! Sorry.
It's true. We do. We don't just do this for the show.
We shamelessly stole that from another much, much bigger podcast.
Yeah.
But we don't have to go down that path.
Anyways, we love you, Steven. Steven is actually a podcast host on another wonderful show called Idiot's Guide to Imagineering. We've mentioned them before quite a few times.
Their show.
We've also, been generously welcomed onto an episode of theirs.
Strangely enough, they've never been on our show. I don't know what.
Okay, thanks for pointing that out. You made me feel really bad.
We're just bad about that kind of stuff.
We've had a hard enough time getting through the Winnie the Pooh series. That took like 20 episodes.
This is true. When you plan a series to be several episodes and then it doubles.
No, when you ask Emily to plan a series, exponentially increases in size.
Yes. In any case.
Anywho, we would like to have them on one day.
Thank you for joining the show, support cast, the Patreon people. We really appreciate it. Again, as we said, anything that we make on Patreon goes back into making this show fantabulous.
Magical. Making this show magical. You make it magical for us to make it magical.
Yes, exactly.
But yes, please go check out Steven and his other co-hosts on Idiot's Guide to Imagineering. They're actually now, very exciting, new year, they're doing video on YouTube. So also under the same name, Idiot's Guide to Imagineering, go check them out on YouTube. And if you want to follow along on their adventures on Instagram, you can do so by following at Idiots Imagineering.
New year, new us. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that one. In any case, we're just another disclaimer top show. We're doing some pre-recording. This is actually still like first week of January. We're about to go on our trip. And so this will actually be coming out when we're back, but we don't like to record the weekend we get back from a big trip. We don't have the same jovial energy. So we're doing a little pre-recording, and we're just going to get into it.
Sure. So the whole basis for today's episode, we're talking about the main reasons why you should prioritize trying to take that trip to Aulani.
Yeah. Prioritization of your self-fulfillment of going to Aulani is important. We have a couple reasons listed down below. We've probably talked about a lot of these. We're just going to summarize it again and really hammer home the point of getting you ready to go.
These were the big reasons in our takeaways after coming home, what stuck with us on why it was worth the money for us to go and have that experience there.
And the first thing, of course, is always location, location, location.
Yes.
Where you build this thing, will people come?
And we did.
Some might say, would it be crazy to build a theme park 30 minutes outside of Los Angeles where people were going to drive 30 to 40 minutes to go to a said theme park? Little did they know, some idiots like us would drive several hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that was a reference to Disneyland. Emily's waiting patiently for the release of the new documentary movie, Leslie Iwerks movie.
Oh, yeah.
I
need a release date. It might be released by now. Let's hope.
She gaffed a little bit because she got me going on a Disney.
I like how you said
Gush Fest.
Okay, let's stop here. I like how when this all happened, you said, "Oh, you'll forget to mention this on the podcast." I said, "No, there's no way I will." And I honestly forgot to bring it up today. You're the one that brought it up, Buster.
I was gushing, and Emily was just like,
"Where's
the microphone?
Let's get a microphone
all right,
from this man."
Where were we? We were talking location, location,
what
location.
What did you say about it? I showed you the trailer again.
I was like, wow, talk about it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, this TV show movie thing we're getting. It's a movie.
Documentary.
Movie form, though.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's not out yet. I don't know. They're giving zero information right now. I don't know.
Yeah, even the release date is to be announced. And Emily's like, come on, man.
Just a January blanket statement.
There was a date for every other thing in that video, but to be announced. She's just like, what is this?
They're playing with my heart here.
Oh, I was just saying, it's like, well, to get the theme park, he had to do the TV show. So then he had all the cameras to do the TV show. So I have all this footage.
Yeah, there would be no Leslie Iwerks documentary without
just amazing.
All of that foresight from
Walt. It's just like, wow, look, man, what an absolute stroke of genius. Okay.
Clayton's just a sucker for Walt Disney.
Let's talk about location.
Oh, yeah, that's what we were actually talking about.
So first off, let's be realistic. Let's take let's look at the elephant in the room. Is that what that saying is? We're in Hawaii when you go to Aulani, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, one, if you've ever been itching to go to Hawaii, specifically, I mean, there's a lot of islands to choose from. We've been to Maui. This is the first time we've been to Oahu. There's still more that you could potentially go to. I know that for those that have gone and maybe have gone to multiple islands, you have a preference. You always went to Maui when you were growing up. But if you've never been to Oahu, what better reason to go to Oahu than go to Aulani?
Absolutely.
And then obviously go visit Pearl Harbor while you're at it, but that's a different story.
Uh-huh.
And then obviously, actually experience Oahu, but that's a different thing.
Okay. Thank you for that, Clayton.
You're welcome.
But it's not just about Aulani being on Oahu or in Hawaii. It's actually where on Oahu it's located.
Yeah, it's on the tip of the which side? It was on the eastern tip.
You always do this. You start a thought and you're like, wait, I actually don't know the specifics on this. And you're expecting me to give you the answer.
I think it's on the eastern.
You look at me for the answer. Go with what you know.
I think it's on the eastern side, right?
Jeez.
I fall back on
the island side.
It's all on the island side. I fall back on the crutch that a lot of these things
you
that I don't.
You can't do that though. I refuse. Okay. New year, new Emily.
It's in the Ko'olina area though, at least. Yes. Is that right?
Yeah.
Ko'olina means. I just did it again.
Clayton, come on, talk about what you know.
I thought I did know what it was. And by that, I thought you knew what it meant.
I think it means place of joy.
Place of joy. Jeez. Oh, there you go. Look no further than going to the place of joy at Ko'olina.
Okay, what about that location is actually important, though?
It's
this episode is not good.
It's the Okay, hold on. Which portion of this was a historical.
Hey, folks, this is what happens when Emily does not have a script prepared for her husband.
It's hey, don't be spilling trade secrets. It's
all I have written for Clayton for this point is just location. I didn't put anything else. This is Clayton off the cuff.
It's the Colina location, which is obviously means place of joy, which is like this was like where the chieftains. It was like a great.
Do you want me to talk about this?
Yeah, probably.
I was going.
Yes, please.
First of all,
put me out of my misery.
This is just your opinion. It shouldn't be that hard.
Yeah, that's where it gets a bit. That's where it gets a bit.
I was going to say it's very easy to get to. It's less than about a half hour less.
Oh, we're talking functional items. Yes, yeah.
I'm not talking about the history.
Okay, I knew that.
Oh, I thought you were going to take it off like I gave you a starting point. I can keep going.
Oh, yeah. It's very easy to get to. It's about 30 minutes away. If you were to rent a car or take the shuttle, it's up to, there's multiple ways to get there. There is a shuttle, which you can book. I think it was like $25 something. I did the thing again.
Why are you doing this? Why?
I don't know. It's about the same price of an Uber if you were going to do an Uber. You can rent a car, drop the car off there. That's actually very convenient. That's what we did. So we rented a car at the airport because we knew we wanted to go do some exploring in Oahu, at least go see Pearl Harbor one day. So we rented a car and you have a drop off there, which makes it incredibly convenient. It's actually very easy to get to. You get on one highway. You're there in about 30 minutes. If you want to stop and get some food items, there's some stores down the way. So it's not, but then by the time you actually get to Aulani, it is pretty much secluded. You're in a row of very nice beach resorts, but you're pretty much in your own little guarded area where there's no hubbub of, there being like, I guess the alternative, if you're going to Oahu, the alternative option for this kind of resort living would be that one beach, Waikiki.
Sure, yeah.
Is that the actual name?
Yeah, Waikiki.
Did I miss it?
I mean, that's not the name of the beach, but that's the area. Yeah.
Waikiki area, which is incredibly, it's just a different vibe.
Absolutely.
From what I gather.
It's a bit more, I would say that's more of an example of commercialization invading Oahu.
There you go. So, location. You're on Oahu. You're in a very quiet cove setting.
Very peaceful and relaxing. Peaceful.
The sun sets, on the far edge.
This is one of my
So we were on the
points.
northeastern portion we're on the northwestern because the sun sets in the west, of course, obviously. Don't be ridiculous. Man, I am all over the place. We're on the northwestern side of the island when you go to Colina.
Okay.
Because the sun sets in the west.
Okay, let's focus on the actual sunset.
Yes, very pretty.
The people working at Aulani, they kept pointing this out to us. I've heard it many times. I heard this mentioned before we even went and when I was doing research. The sunset is gorgeous. And Aulani, you have the perfect view of it. It's like picture perfect. You were straight on towards it. It's a highlight every single day.
Yeah, very pretty. You have plenty of ways. People would go. There's a grassy knoll kind of to the left of the beach that overlooks and gives you a little higher view outside where you can kind of walk out there and view it. People out there every night looking at the sunset. So it's definitely a fantastic view.
Paradise.
Paradise. And what else do we have to say?
One final thing to add on top of it, you have proximity to other dining locations and shopping availability. It's not just limited to your resort. Quick walking distance. There's a golf course right next door as well. So plenty of options. You also are not so far removed where you can't just go to Costco or go to Target. You still do feel removed and secluded, but you're also within close enough distance to get access to other areas very easily.
Yeah, you can still make it back to go to Target or something like that. But otherwise, if you stayed only on property, you would feel like you were in the middle of nowhere practically. So very nice, relaxing. Some might say.
Yes, some would probably say that.
Some might say that.
Location, 10 out of 10.
Now, the other thing, of course, when you're there, you got to keep yourself alive. Is that a good way to put it?
Hopefully that's happening on your vacation, yes.
You got to eat food. And you got to get those drinks. But food-wise, there are a lot of different food items, a lot of different restaurants options.
sit down, fine
sit
dining.
Down, character breakfast.
Yes.
I know
quick
character breakfasts
service.
are big ones. Quick service.
More snacky stands.
More snacky stands. So they got you covered on the whole kit and caboodle when it comes to food. Yeah, pool bars.
Poolside service.
Poolside service. Just think it's
I think I noticed that you do a lot of the time on the show.
We don't need to talk about that.
Do you know what I'm going to say?
Yeah.
What am I going to say?
I'm your echo.
Yeah, you just like to repeat things I say sometimes before you go to your next thought. It's cute.
It's endearing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the only word to describe that.
Hopefully that's the only word to describe that. So food and drinks. Again, you have the full. So you had the Ulu Cafe, not the Ulu Cafe, just the Ulu Cafe. You have the Ulu Cafe. This is your quick service location. You can still get a lot of good food. Pizza is a big thing there. A lot of people, you get basically a full pizza. So that's always.
We were eyeing that pizza.
If I could have got a slice,
too big for us,
if I could have gotten a slice of I would have gotten a slice of but you had to get a full pizza. So we opted mostly for poke bowls, which were very delicious.
Oh, they were so good. I could have eaten that every single day of our trip and not been disappointed.
Probably could have also done that as well.
Dole Whip.
Oh
yeah.
Dole Whip. You have your more. They had a wide variety of basically your sit down, your more fancier sit down, your quick service, all the whole slew basically. If you've been on Disney cruise, you kind of have the full, you understand, because they have the wide range between the buffet. They don't have a buffet.
It's all covered.
It's all covered. You're all covered.
Yes.
Obviously. You're all covered. You got your bars.
The biggest point, though, out of all of the options you have and being covered. You're covered.
You're covered.
The biggest point out of this, everything we had, delicious.
Yes.
I was not disappointed in anything we ate.
I didn't have any complaints for anything we ate. So, I didn't have any complaints for anything we ate throughout the trip. So all the food was very good.
Absolutely.
Very
and
good.
Mickey-shaped items as well. Down to
can you go
surprise Mickey-shaped details, you could say. With our poke bowls, the chopsticks had like a Mickey imprinted in the wooden chopstick before you broke it apart.
Oh, that's right. I gave you one.
Why are you looking like
I was trying to recollect. I was trying to recollect what
I made such a huge deal out of that.
I know. I'm sure we have two in the Aulani.
Oh, don't worry, I saved some.
Yeah, shocker.
Don't worry. I wouldn't let those puppies go.
We have an eternal.
Okay, no, that's not what this episode.
Oh, hold on. You got to say what you like about me. I got to say what I like about you. You said this is endearing.
Yeah, I said it's endearing. This other thing you're not going to say.
It is endearing.
No.
It's a little endearing. Okay. But yeah, otherwise, if you are looking for some food, that's also, again, like Emily said, across the street, there's a couple restaurants that do serve different fare, which are probably going to be about as expensive as depending on what you get or where you go. You do have to recognize that on Hawaii.
Wait, what was that word you just said? Recognize?
Recognize. No.
Food is going to be pricier.
Food is going to be pricier everywhere you go. That's just the fact of what it's, it's just, they have to take into account the additional cost to get a lot of the food there.
Temper your expectations. So you got to go in knowing you will have to set aside more money pretty much wherever you're buying anything.
Yeah. But of course, this is going to be kind of in our amenities section a little bit. If you're not looking maybe to do on property eating and you want to go to the grocery store, there are grills.
Mm-hmm.
There are ways to, when we were in the line for the luau, we saw people grilling up some food items. And so, there are options where you don't have to rely on eating out everything. You can definitely, figure out different ways to get some food.
Alternatives.
Yeah, some alternatives.
One big recommendation I would also say, Aulani has many different room types. We just stayed in a standard hotel room, kind of typical, where you aren't really given any extras. Right. However, they do have villas available and studios where you might have, especially with the villas, you'll have a kitchen. So if you stay in one of those, I would easily try and recommend renting a car.
Sorry, what was that word?
What did I say? Easily?
You said reasily. No, you said reasily. So now my turn to laugh at you. Reasily. Ha ha ha. Okay, sorry, go on.
Are you satisfied with yourself?
A little bit, yeah.
What I would recommend
a little bit
is if you are renting a car or if you wanted to just like Uber back and forth or however you want to do it.
Uber Eats,
at
probably.
the very start of your trip.
Yeah.
You could do a big Costco run, Target run, any kind of store like that. Get groceries, snacks, whatever you want, bring that to your room, store it, and then you can save a lot of money that way.
Yeah. So there are options.
But when you do decide to eat at the resort, I don't think you'll be disappointed. Everything we had was delicious.
It's including the donuts, which are called malasadas.
I knew you were going to ask me what that name was.
Whoa.
Uh-huh.
Okay. We mentioned it. Let's talk some amenities. So this is far ranging.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about the big elephant in the room, the pool area.
Pools.
And these aren't just your run of the mill pools.
No,
these are fancy pools.
Fancy pants pools.
These are some Imagineered pools.
They're gorgeous.
Yes.
Gorgeous. And one of the main pools was actually closed when we went.
Yeah.
The Kamaka Grotto. I think that's what it's called. Where it almost looks like you're in a giant cave.
Yeah, that was close.
Beautiful. And even the other pools that were available. Just the adult only, serene.
Yeah.
They're serene?
Yeah.
No? You're looking at me confused.
No. I'm not looking at you like confused, no. They were serene. Did you notice that in the one pool the kids hang out that there was like did I show you that? I realized that the one morning. I show you that?
Mm-hmm.
There's like star, what are those things? What's the Big Dipper called? The star constellation. There we go. Ow. So one morning when I was waiting to get the coffee and it was dark and quiet, I noticed that in the bottom of the pool there's like star constellations. You never see it in the middle of the day with all the kids splashing around, but yeah, there's like star constellations in the bottom of the pool. I don't know why, but they are there.
I'm sure there's a reason, Clayton.
Yeah. There's 2 water slides. There's the cool tandem and a single slide.
Yeah.
So you can there's a lazy river. There's like a big like water play area structure for kids.
Like splash
play. Zone. Yeah, splash zone.
There was even another smaller area for even littler kiddos.
Littler. So there's then there of course there's the beach. Can't forget about the beach around Hawaii. You're in your own little man-made lagoon. Nice, quiet, lapping waters, warm water. Perfect beach setting.
You nailed it, Clayton.
You nailed it.
I will say with this type of beach, we did mention in previous episodes, this is not the type of spot you will go to get some major waves or do a lot of body surfing. It's very calm, quiet, which I think is perfect for families. So parents don't have to worry about any major waves or big dangers when you are going in the ocean.
Yeah.
But the hotel's right up on the beach, so it's easy to go back and forth between the wonderful pools and go down to the beach, go back and forth however you choose to spend your day. But it's all right there, easy to get around. All of the pool areas, it's just nestled between the main towers of the hotel.
Yeah, you're like guarded by the towers, so you can't see anything. All you can see is out towards the pool. Even if you're in the pool, you can see the Four Seasons to your right a little bit, but not like immensely, depending on where you are in the valley. So in any case, though, it's a tremendous pool experience. It's not just like your run-of-the-mill, a bunch of kids splashing in a pool. You have like adult pools. We did the water slide. We did the river. The river is very relaxing.
We did the lazy river many times.
Yeah. So there's a lot of pool options. With the pool, there's poolside service. So if you want that pizza when you're sitting at the poolside,
hey,
go on.
How
and
could
get
you
it.
say no to that?
Exactly.
Disney themed pools with Disney pizza. Heck yes.
I guess one of our favorite amenities was probably our balcony.
That was really nice. All of the rooms do have balconies.
All the rooms do have a balcony, so you don't have to worry about that. I would think that there is not a single room in there that has a bad view because there's not anything that's like facing out towards the mountains, right?
Yeah, I mean, no matter where you're facing, the big thing is it's not like you're only going to be looking at a parking lot.
Yeah, I
If
think
that
that's
is part of your view, you either have the ocean or the mountainside.
yeah, I guess that's
You
true.
have something, you're in Hawaii, so no matter where you are, you do not have a bad view. It's
That's
basically
true,
whether
yeah.
you want to be facing the ocean, if you want to save some money and get a different type of view room, it's still going to be gorgeous.
Yeah.
And that's one of my favorite things every single morning was sitting on the balcony, drinking coffee and just no phone in hand and just listening. I like to think of it as me listening to the island come awake for the day.
That's a good way to put it, Emily.
That's basically what it was. It's like you hear the birds chirping. I'd hear and pay attention to the wind going through all the trees. And one of my favorite parts too, I'd look down and see like families and other guests exiting out the tower and so excited to start their day. That's one of my favorite things. Everything coming awake.
Wow.
The island coming alive.
I didn't put it that way. That's much.
Well, now maybe you will.
Maybe I will.
What some other things that are also included, we were big fans of the tours.
Tours. There's a lot of free activities.
Character meet and greets, like character dance parties. Occasionally, it's not to the point where they're very in your face. Like we kept missing them.
Yeah, there's like movies on the lawn, right?
Yeah.
Stargazing was a paid.
Yeah, so
right.
we might come to that later on. However, they have almost a type of scavenger hunt adventure trail. We did not do it, but that is included with your stay. I've heard really great things about it. I wanted to try and do it, Clayton. You said so. I wouldn't be so upset about us missing it. You're like, well, it's just a reason for us to come back.
Yeah,
we can do it on our next trip.
Yeah, we're coming back. We're coming back for the scavenger hunt specifically.
That's the main reason.
There's a
that
gym.
should be its own reason.
Yeah,
on this list.
There's a gym. So in case you want to keep your fit on while you're on vacation, there's a gym. Everything's covered. You're covered. It's a fantastic resort. But of course, there are some enchanting extras.
Why is it so funny when you say enchanting extras?
I don't know. I didn't write it that way. You did. Enchanting extras. So we're talking things like paid experiences. Like we said, we did paid yoga by the beach.
Oh, I forgot about one of the amenities that's free. The fire pit storytelling.
Oh, fire pit storytelling.
So there we go. There's so many we keep forgetting to tell them all.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to paid experiences.
So there's like the paid fitness activities on the beach. There's like paddleboard yoga.
We did
yoga
sunrise
on the beach.
yoga.
We did sunrise yoga. There was paid stargazing, which I can imagine if you're into stargazing, you'll have a much better experience stargazing there because there's so much less light pollution than where a lot of us live in the cities. There's so much light pollution, you can hardly even see the stars.
And with the stargazing activity, they have a couple different versions of it. I believe one is open to any age, or at least families. And then there's an adult-only experience as well.
Yeah. The spa. So if you're of means to do the spa, again, it's like a very good value because you have your main service, but you get their water garden area, hydrotherapy garden for like a full hour. You get nice, quiet, serene couple jacuzzis, cold plunge, water showers, couple different pools, steam rooms,
snacks, all kinds of stuff,
waters, all kinds of things. So
it's an entire experience.
You get like a full hour additional, up to an hour of additional. Once you step in those, you don't have to worry about anything. They'll come find you. They'll come get you. They'll tell you when your service is ready to go. Then you have your service. Of course, we did the Lomi massage.
Good job.
Which was quite the experience, for sure. I miss it dearly.
Take me back. It was wonderful. Everything about the spa, I've heard incredible things. So I was going in with very high expectations. Yeah. There's no way I could have walked away disappointed. It was the best 2+ hours. We were probably there for over 2.5 hours by the end of it. Just A+ all around.
Yeah. Is there anything else that's like in the enchanting extras? I'm thinking of one thing.
Yeah, you're missing a big one. The luau.
Oh, yeah, that was the one. Oh, that was the one. I knew it. I was like, I literally started this topic with thinking, oh, yeah, obviously the luau. And somehow between that and there, forgot it. And of course, there's the luau. and when we talked about the luau, we talked about it when we did it. We talked about it last week. I really appreciated this luau for a number of reasons. My first luau ever. And then, like Emily mentioned or has been telling me, that this one very much seemed to be a more of a
earnest
attempt at the culture and the story of like Hawaiian legends through the practice of the luau.
More of a proper representation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So the luau also is an extra. You don't have to do it. It is, it is, they don't do it every night. It is a little bit more expensive, but again, if you can, I would say
it is like over a 3-hour experience also. So keep that in mind.
You do get your money value out of what you pay for it, but it's definitely worth it if you are of the means to experience that.
Down to the activities they do before the luau officially starts.
Mm-hmm.
All of that is really great. The way they welcome you in, they give you a complimentary drink.
Yeah.
You get the buffet dinner. You get nonstop drinks as well, drink service.
Drink service.
So everything down to all of the different aspects and elements from the activities, the actual performance that is happening on the stage and all around you. And even this could have just belonged in food and drink, but this is an extra type of experience you're paying for, and it's not just about the food. I told Clayton, usually the stereotype that comes with going to a luau, no one really writes home about the food. Here the food was really good. Like there was our plates were packed to the brim because there were so many interesting things to try. It didn't feel, there's kind of like the staples that you usually expect with a luau, but everything was good. It was a standout.
This is a standout.
I walked away saying, wow, the food was fantastic. And usually that's not a common thing people usually say.
I have no frame of reference, so it was fantastic food.
So you'll take my word for it.
I'll take your word for it. Now, if there's one thing at the show, Make It Magical, that we like.
I mean, this almost should have been number 1 on this list.
It's, of course. You could say it with me now. 3, 2, 1. It's the...
Now say it with me. Do you know what it is? We're doing our Dora Explorer moment.
Yeah, do you know what it is?
Do you know what it is?
Well, I know what it is. It's the details, of course.
That's right.
Obviously.
I don't think we need to go into everything again, considering we've mentioned this every single Aulani episode.
So Aulani is a highly detailed, both from a cultural representation and just from an Imagineering aspect. So if you think of anything that is Imagineering, rock work, pool work,
tile work,
thatched roof work,
art curation.
I actually, thinking about it, do think that this resort is definitely one of those resorts where you get the whole wide range of Imagineering.
All the best that usually Imagineering has to offer.
Right. I know that Imagineering, a lot of now we're pushing the boundaries in robotics and stuff like that. But when you think of like Disneyland or California Adventure, Animal Kingdom, and you think of things like that are so classically Imagineering, like rock work or just storytelling, or just the details that are very specific and you wouldn't think to care about them unless you were specifically told about them, but they're there for the sake of, not just being there, but for telling a story. And Emily's over there like, give me more, baby. Come on. And
it's similar to when you go to the Disney parks, and we've been however many times to Disneyland and we still notice new details. Aulani is in the very similar vein where you look at the ground and there's importance there. You look at every inch of the wall, there's something there to pay attention to where you can easily miss it. But it is Imagineered through and through, where you're supposed to look around and notice these details.
So yeah, it's like the very best of Imagineering, because Imagineering does a lot of amazing things, like with animatronics and robotics and stuff like that.
This is my favorite kind of Imagineering.
This is the Imagineering where they're transporting you from one location into a completely different location. Outside of those walls is Hawaii and Oahu, but inside of the resort, you're in this very curated, like very specific, you know, built up man-made lagoon type area that is all Imagineered from the ground up. To me, it's very similar. Like if you walk into Cars Land and you're transported down Route 66 outside of, San Francisco there.
You're not thinking about anything else outside of
Right.
that space. You are sucked in and you are fully invested in that area. You're not thinking about anything else until you actually exit
Right.
that vicinity.
And this will kind of bleed into this next thing is everything that is done on Aulani does seem to be a genuine attempt at cultural representation. You have the Hina Tower, or it's not actually what it is, but it's the feminine tower, which has the giant Hina uh, thing on the tower, which is it's not like a mural, but it's like a
etching.
Etching.
I mean, no,
it's not a mural because it's like etched in there.
It's not a painting.
I'm really selling it.
It's not a mural.
It's not a painting. It's not a mural, but the whole tower has a story that's depicted in images. One giant image thing. And the other side is got Maui on it, which is the male tower. And it's like things like that. The color of the resort, all this kind of things. The artwork, the plant work that they use. We learned a lot about this in the 2 tours that we did. All that was chosen with intention in mind. Some of it that we did learn on the plant life tour is like landscaping based decisions, but a lot of it is based off like, no, these are actual culturally relevant, and we've been using these plants ever since the very beginning.
Yeah, the tour even highlighted that, where our guide would stop at a particular type of plant and explain its significance to the island and when it came to Hawaii, even if it's not a native, what the significance of it is, how it's in use, and why they decided to choose this specifically for a specific part on property.
Yeah.
It goes down to, it's multi-layered for how they make these decisions.
Yeah. Yeah, like again, this is kind of morphed into what we're saying as cultural representation. We talked about this a lot last week in depth, but it definitely seems like a very genuine attempt at utilizing the Hawaiian culture to tell a story and to transport guests.
So you can learn something.
And
it's done very thoughtfully as well.
Yeah, I would say that. So I don't think we have to go too far into cultural representation. We talked about that a lot last week and all of our thoughts on it. So I don't think we have to go into too much detail here.
However, this lends itself very nicely to our next reason, which is Aulani very much represents the term that I think many Disney fans have heard over the years. It fully encompasses the Disney difference. Now, what is the Disney difference? You compare maybe staying at a non-Disney resort versus, I guess a good example is you go to Disneyland, you stay at an off-property resort. Your experience there compared to staying at a Disneyland hotel, where it comes down to what is the guest experience like as far as interacting with the cast members there, about your stay there, the theming, the overall experience you walk away with from having stayed at a place that is operated by Disney, where attention has gone into every aspect of what you will see, what you will feel, what you'll experience while you are there. And that is shown through and through in everything about Aulani. It's everything about what we've covered on this list. It's being thoughtful in every single part of it. A big thing with the Disney difference, we had an experience like this with our room where something was wrong. We went down to the front desk and no questions asked, we'll take care of it right away. And by the time we went back in our room, it was fixed. If there's ever an issue, they're willing to take care of it. And it's you walking away feeling like you're valued, that Disney and all the workers there are going to go out of your way to ensure you have the most magical time.
Yeah, I would agree on that front. I think the Disney, you know what the cast or the cast member experience is when you go to the parks, and this is elevated when you go to, say, something like the Disney Cruise Line. I would say that I would still rank the cruise line above Aulani as far as like what that experience is, but I definitely feel that Aulani has that elevated experience.
It does.
And you definitely don't get that at every resort. I'm not saying that you won't get treated that in a good way if you're staying at a 4-star like resort on Hawaii property, but there's definitely something that's I think.
Again, there's a difference. There's the Disney difference. You can feel it when comparing if you're stay at a night at a non-Disney property, check into a Disney property. It's very evident what it's like, even down to Walt Disney World. We've stayed at the most affordable Disney hotel, which is value, and we still saw a huge difference like in how you're treated, how everyone is so friendly to you. They go out of your way to be kind and make sure you're having they want to make sure you're having the most magical vacation, and you feel that way. It feels authentic because the workers, they do really care. We've said it so many times after our trip recap episodes. A lot of the magic comes from the cast members. They are a huge reason why that Disney difference is there, and you feel it afterwards and it sticks with you, and they make the trips memorable.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree. Now let's finish this up. Talk about our overall experience. Now this is our experience. We went in November, like the very beginning of November. This is considered an off season for the resort. So it was slightly cheaper to get a room. It was slightly
probably less
crowded, less, all these are things that can definitely impact your experience. I don't think I would ever go not in this season because it's still warm, but not like extremely oppressively hot. And you very much have room to like stretch your legs at Aulani. I've read some reviews of people who have gone in peak season,
July,
and this is probably no different. Well, the parks are tough to conceptualize. There was probably a time long ago where the parks had a off season a little bit more so than they do now. But I think everyone who's listening probably knows of those glorious days in the past where kids would be in school and the parks would be mostly empty. But alas, those days are no more. But it's very much like I felt like in the time that we went, we were very much able to go and stretch our legs. And what I mean by that is it was not overtly crowded. Even with the one pool being shut down completely, we never struggled to
a large pool.
Yeah, we never struggled to like find a pool chair or get some space or feel run over by a bunch of kids. So I know that this won't necessarily be everyone's experience, but for our experience, which again, beginning of November, kind of an off season and cheaper to go at that time, I had no complaints. And I will be the first to complain about the amount of people that will be in a place because I have some social anxiety and introvertedness, but I don't like people. I get the heat. I don't get. I don't. It's not.
You don't mean it that way.
I don't mean it that way. I don't like
large
crowds of people. Which people are like, you go to Disneyland a lot. I'm like, don't make me explain it. I can't even explain it to my wife. But I can't do large crowds much. Look at me in a Run Disney store event, and you'll see what I mean. But I had no complaints, and I think part of that was the time that we went. I love the fact that it was like one of the most turned down vacations that we've ever done. We stayed on property. We read a bunch. We got a couple Mai Tais.
Yes.
We lived the dream.
One of the big points I wanted to make with this reason in particular.
Yeah.
It's similar. It's like the vacation experience, the package deal that you're getting out of this. If you are a huge Disney fan and you want to experience more outside of the theme parks, you want more of a trip that you still get that Disney magic paired with relaxation time where you come back fully rested, recharged. You had a lot of downtime to just clear your head, get away. That is what you're going to get with an Aulani vacation and 100% with Disney Cruise Line. I guess it depends what you want to do on Disney Cruise Line. It could be go, go, go every minute planned if you want to.
Very much so, yeah.
You can even do that with Aulani, I suppose, too. You can have every day planned each second if you want to.
Yeah.
However, specifically with Disney Cruise Line and Aulani, I feel they are the perfect marriage between getting Disney magic and touches of it, not where it's too in your face. You can't escape it if you want to, but the Disney magic is there. You get a lot of those moments that I know we've all experienced in the Disney parks and that we love. That is there and is present. But the emphasis is on relaxing and getting a fully what you imagine with a vacation, where you want to get away and just not worry about anything.
Like a resort.
That is what you get with Aulani.
I guess you could think that, like, if you're like, oh, we're planning a vacation, where are you going? We're going to Disney World. And a lot of people look at vacation, myself included, as let's kick off our shoes, let's sit down on the deck and just like pool deck or the balcony and relax. But if you go to Disney World, Disneyland type of thing, those are a vacation in a way of we're going to run around the parks a bunch, which let me be very clear. I do appreciate it. I do enjoy it.
There's a ton of value out of it where there's so much for you to experience and kind of always many things to do.
Yeah.
You're not so much, unless you're doing a lot of like resort time. That is possible with Disney World and Disneyland. It just depends what you want to go about it. They're just different kinds of trips.
Right. For us, for example, whenever we do the parks, it is
go. We love to be in the parks.
Whenever we go to Disney World, we basically always kind of book value to maybe. We've been more likely now recently to book some of the, what are they? So
there's value, moderate, and deluxe category. We're on
the Beach Club.
Beach Club is a deluxe
but resort. They're on the lower end. They're like.
No.
Really?
No.
In comparison?
Animal Kingdom Lodge is technically on the lower end with their standard rooms.
Interesting.
Yes.
Well, it's like Beach Club in the middle then probably, right? Because then you have like the Polynesian and all those.
Okay, well, we don't need to get into this.
No, it's very important. It's very important for my brain that we do that.
No.
We do tend. We've been maybe considering staying there, but mostly as a matter of convenience because of how close you are to two of the parks. And in those trips, we were planning on doing Epcot a bunch for reasons.
Yes.
But normally when we go and we do the parks, we basically always stay at a value because we are never in the room. We wake up, we bus over to a park, and we stay at that park most of the day.
Pretty much the entire day.
Because a lot of you know, if you go to Disney World, that if you're trying to do a midday break, it's a 2-hour plus experience.
It's just a commitment, and you want to be sure if you're going to make the effort to go back to your resort, depending how far you are away from that park you're on a given day. You want to make sure you're going to spend enough time at the actual resort relaxing to justify the trek back and forth.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, everyone knows.
A lot of the time, we'll just be like, we're committed, we're staying.
Let's have a long lunch or something.
So it's the difference in it where it depends what kind of vacation you want to get.
Right.
Where sometimes we want to just do the parks because we love going to the parks. It's such a fun time, but we walk away pretty exhausted. Yes. Where if you wanted to maybe change that up, you could book in resort days, days where you're not going to the parks and you explore around property and do non-park activities or just go slower. You can make it happen. However, you compare it, it's just a different type of vacation experience. When you're going to somewhere that's Aulani, where the rate you are paying, which yes, you do have to put a savings to make that happen. It's not the cheapest place to go to.
Yeah.
However, I would also factor in, yes, you are going to pay a pretty penny to stay at Aulani. However, this is the place you are staying. You're not buying park tickets on top of that. You could, yes, do some of those enchanting extras, as Clayton likes to say. But you don't have to do them to have a wonderful time. You could go, just pay the rate to get a room at Aulani, get food from outside the resort to save, and you would still have a wonderful time. It's not required to do the luau or go to the spa or pay extra to do these other activities. Just being there, enjoying the pools, the included amenities. It's a relaxing, enjoyable time. There are things to do. The magic is there. Disney has worked its way into where you still feel you get Mickey Mouse there too, but it's not overtly in your face. So it's like the perfect mix of everything. Where you will walk away relaxed, have a great time, make memories. And yeah, same thing with like Disney Cruise Line. It can be along that same line where you just pay the fee to book there and go. You can decide to pay extra for more activities, or you don't have to, and you're still going to have a great time regardless.
Yeah, it's definitely in the same vein as the Disney Cruise Line. I think that I would still rate probably cruises above Aulani overall in my personal enjoyment. But I definitely put it in the same vein as like, hey, you're still going to get that Disney experience and the kind of the care for it.
Guest service
Guest
that you're
services.
expecting
But
out of
yeah,
a deluxe resort.
you'll be a little bit more laid back. Be hanging 10.
You're on island time.
You're on island time.
Yeah.
You'll be saying that a lot too. You're going to Aulani. I think that is it for why you want to go now, right?
You want to go, right? Of course you do.
Well, I want to go.
I want to go again. Heck, I've convinced myself. I want to go again.
Well, we have a lot of.
I'm kidding. I mean, I'm kidding, but I'm also not kidding. Of course, I would want to go again, but that's not my expectation right now.
Yeah, we have planned all of what our 2026 looks like as far as travel.
Which I'll give a little sneak peek. I think on Patreon,
yes,
we're probably going to record a bonus episode where we're going to give you a behind the scenes on all of our plans for the year ahead, maybe some goals that we're working towards, a bit more of a peek at that. But yes, it seems like we have 2026 already, for the most part, planned and what we're going to be doing.
Yes. Now, next week we'll have trip recap.
Yeah, Disneyland trip recap.
We will not have a Disneyland trip recap.
Oh, we will almost be in Disneyland when that comes. Oh, wow. I'm all over the place. Yeah, no, not Disneyland. Other coast. Wow.
Yeah. No. We're going to be, so yeah, we'll have a trip recap probably 2 weeks in a row after this episode comes back when we come back. So yeah, thanks for this. I think this closes the book on Aulani for the time being, unless we go again and sometime in the distant future, in which case we'll probably just have a trip recap. But you know, we feel like we've talked.
I think we did it justice.
We did all of it. We did all we could to get you jazzed to go if you've not been able to go. So
yes, but look forward to lots of talk about Disney World. However, not really about the parks this time.
No, since we're not doing the Disney World parks, we're gonna do Epic for a day.
Epic Universe at Universal.
Epic Universe for a day at Universal. We're gonna do a resort stay at the Polynesian for.
Speaking of how you can treat a Disney World trip differently, we're doing something we never really.
Yeah, we're just doing a resort stay for 2 nights, and then we'll be going on a cruise on the Wish. We get to experience a new cruise ship.
New cruise ship to us.
New cruise ship to us. So we will have and tell you all about the fun things about that when we get back. All the fun stuff that we maybe managed to get ourselves into. Emily's been preparing.
I'm ready. It's like I'm going into battle. I need to be fully prepared.
Emily's been reading a book like the Disney versus Universal and how things went from a loving friendship to bitter enemies. And we've been watching Universal movies because Emily needs to be. That's how Emily gets prepared for a theme park visit. She used to watch Disney films. She had a list of Disney films she had to watch going to the parks before she went to the parks.
Growing up, yes.
You still do it.
I might sneak in a Disney movie or two, but growing up, I wish I had a copy of these lists. Me and my sister, we would always, every single Disneyland trip, we would write out all of the films we should watch in preparation. So it'd be things like Alice in Wonderland, because there's an Alice ride. Oh yeah, Indiana Jones, because there's an Indiana Jones ride. You get the picture. So it was a very long list. Do we make it through the list each time? No.
Life is easier when you didn't have commitments in life.
I don't exactly have time to get through a 50 movie list.
Right. So we're watching Universal movies. We've rewatched a couple of How to Train Your Dragons, the MonsterVerse movies. So that we're
ready to go.
We're getting pumped. We watched the Mario movie. We're getting pumped and ready to go. We're Epic for a day, and then rest of the trip. So we'll have more about that next week. So thank you for listening. We again hope everyone's having a happy new year so far.
Mahalo.
And we're gonna say mahalo.
Mahalo for listening.
We're gonna say mahalo for listening and aloha.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, but my ending line. That's right.
You're ending line.
Remember to be kind to each other and let's make it magical. Aloha,
everybody.